Hey everybody, Dr. Jason here with Revolution Chiropractic. We've been asked tons and tons of times, why in the world are you adjusting kids? What's wrong with kids? Are they in pain? What's going on? How do you even adjust them? So what we did was put together a quick little video, got a synopsis and an example of why and what's going on, so check it out.
Alright, so what we have here is an adult size skull and neck. So don't worry moms, like I said, this is an adult, not this isn't going to be coming through you. Let me give you a little orientation here. Skull, C1, C2, these are just some bungee cords, that's not anything important. On this side, same thing, skull, C1, C2. Here's the important parts of this. Here's what we got. The skull and C1, there's no disc. No disc between these two, so they kind of anchor together, especially during birth. C2 and C1, there is a disc. So C2 actually has more direct attachments of the spinal cord to the spine than any other bone in the entire spine. So during delivery, if doctor has to assist, where do they pull? They pull up at the head, right? C1 is anchored to the skull. C1 and C2 kind of separates a little bit, exposing part of the spine, perhaps the brainstem and those nerves that are exiting. Aside from the fact that over 70 trillion nerves are trying to pass through this section right here, now all of a sudden we're open up for brainstem issues, for neurological issues, for nervous system and spinal cord issues. This kind of thing is happening. Also, according to research, in fact, I think it's called the trauma of birth, what they found was about 90% of quote-unquote healthy deliveries have some sort of structural damage in this area. Which is also very interesting, is that they found that 80% of people that end up with chronic asthma, allergies, autism, ADHD, or autoimmune disorders also have the same sort of structural damage in their neck.
So, moral of the story. We think that 10 out of 10 kids should probably be checked for that structural problems or neurological interference that happens at birth, especially since the research shows that 9 out of 10 babies actually have some sort of damage or interference up in there. By the way, what's one of the first things the doctor usually tells you is be careful with the head and the neck. Super, super important structures up there, which you already know. But one of the biggest questions we think that remains to be asked is, how in the world do I know if my kid is one of those 9 out of 10? Well, we think that bringing them to a neurologically based, family-focused chiropractor might be a pretty good start. Give us a call.